While the conditional operators are useful to run a single command based on the test success or failure of a previous command, many times we need to run multiple commands based on success or failure. So for this we have the if command. Sometimes when we run a test, we have several commands to run based on the success of that test or failure of that test. And when those commands are done, we need to retest to see if it has changed the test result. If it hasn't, we need to do the commands again. We need to keep doing them until the test comes out successful. For that, we use the while command. Let's take a look at these. The conditional operators, double ampersand and double pipe, are for simple situations. Simple tests, single commands to run, and if you try to put multiple ones together, even using parentheses to control the order of execution, it can get very hard to deal with, particularly for complex evaluations or multi-step actions. And in either case, the conditional operators execute once, which means if you do a test, then you run a command to try to solve whatever the problem was, the test is not automatically run again. So for that, we need something called a loop. We'd use the while command for that. The if command is fairly straightforward. We say if, we give some command to run. It can be a full command list. We finish it with a semicolon and put the word then. The list of commands, which can be one command or 1,000 commands, after the word then, are run if the test list commands were successful. If they were not, if will look for the command elif with additional tests to run. If it doesn't find elif, it looks for else. If it doesn't find either of these, it looks for fi to be the end of the if statement. The test list is usually the test command with an expression, and so the simplest form is the first one given here, if some test expression, then do some commands, followed by fi to finish it. If your test expression is checking a variable for a value, and it might have one of several values, you might do if variable is value 1, then do these commands. Else if, or elif, the variable is some other value, then do some other set of commands. And you can actually repeat this section. You can have as many of these elif, then actionless sections as you wish within your if command. You can have one else section with its own action list. The else thing tells the if command, only run this action list if none of the things you were testing turned out to be true or successful. You must have an fi to finish the if. There is a script to try called passwordgasser to try and get the user to guess a password and taking actions based on the if command. Go ahead and try that now.